Are we recording?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. We should probably cut this part out of the video. Hello,
Unless
everybody.
You want to keep it.
This is Lucas here with
And I'm Evan.
I was just about to introduce you. Thanks. Thanks for ruining that for the people who were wondering who you were.
Sorry. He's Lucas. I'm Evan.
That's my job. This is my channel. This is my job. Hello, everybody. I'm Lucas, and this is Evan.
You're welcome. I just did your job for you. We're off to such a great start.
Yes, yes, we are. Okay, well, today we're going to be talking about... What are we talking about?
Doctor Who?
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, you ask? Well, that's the question.
That's the point.
Yes, that's the question. That's the point. Doctor Who is a time-traveling alien who time travels.
Time Lord. He's a Time Lord.
I was going to introduce him to the Time Lord party. You
Okay.
can't just go on saying he's a time... No one knows what a Time Lord is. Yes,
yeah,
Doctor
but if
Who
you
is
say
a...
alien, it makes him sound like one of those green men or something.
Anyways,
Just saying.
Doctor Who is an alien and a species of a Time Lord. What is a Time Lord, you ask? Well, what is a Time Lord, Evan?
Someone who can travel through time and space.
Anyone can do that with a TARDIS. I'll get to TARDIS soon. A Time Lord is a species of alien who's been turned into this...
Through the time vortex.
Yes, self-regenerating race.
Yes.
Through the time vortex. I was going to say self-regenerated.
Well, that works too.
Well, okay, now I said it, so let's continue. Through the time vortex, they're basically geniuses and have bred... Yes, I say...
They're super strong too.
No, they're not.
Stronger than humans, I mean.
Yes, but not super
Well, okay,
strong.
fine.
Not like Superman.
Well, no, but they're
and you have
stronger
second
than
reference
him.
Superman, because everyone knows who Superman is.
That's right. If you don't know Superman, then
shame on you.
You probably shouldn't be watching this.
Yes, shame on you. So, where were we? Yes, they breed TARDISes. What is a TARDIS, you ask? TARDIS is a time in relative dimension and space ship.
Well, sort of.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Sort of. They're basically time machines that can travel everywhere in space and time, and are camouflaged into those space and time through culture through something that's called a chameleon circuit.
However, in the Doctor's case, his chameleon circuit broke, and
in
now it's
1963. Yes, 63.
The year the show started.
Yes, ironically, it's
so now he's stuck as a police box.
Well, his TARDIS is stuck as a police box. He's not
TARDIS. Oh,
his TARDIS is stuck as a police box.
I'm sorry, I didn't know we were being specific. His TARDIS, if you weren't paying attention, is stuck as a police box.
Yes, okay.
Not the Doctor, his TARDIS.
Yes, the TARDIS is stuck as a police box.
Yeah.
And this... Okay, yes, 1963 is when it started, so as you can imagine, the show has been on the air for over 50 years now.
However, there was a break in the show from 1989 to 2005, and I actually read online earlier, it was because the guy who was in charge of the program, I believe his name was Michael Grade, shame on him, he disliked the show, so he did all he could to keep it from succeeding, and eventually it failed and they had to cancel it.
Well, I didn't know that. I was going to say, before you interrupt me with your actually interesting...
Why, thank you.
Interesting info, which I forgive you for that. I was going to say that, how is it stayed on the air for 50 years, you say? Well, the Time Lords, once they die, can regenerate into a new body. Which is, ironically, every time the Doctor dies on the show, he can be replaced by a new actor.
Which is how the show has maintained for so long, because I'm not sure which ones, but some of the people who have played the Doctor in the past have actually died.
Yes.
I think if I'm correct.
Well, some of them were really old at the time.
Yeah.
When they were doing the Doctor, I would imagine they died.
Speaking of age, the Doctor is not so young himself.
Wait, speaking of age?
Age, dummy.
Age, okay.
Speaking of age.
Speaking of age, the Doctor is over 1,000 years old.
Well, in the recent,
in the recent show.
In the David Tennant ones, he was in his 900s.
Yeah, well, when he turned into Smith, he was 900.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Matt Smith was the 11th? 10th?
11th.
11th Doctor, if you were wondering.
Tennant was 10th.
The 10th.
Tennant the 10th.
Yeah, Tennant and 10th.
Try saying that 10 times.
Tennant 10th. Tennant 10th. Tennant 10th. But how many times was that?
What?
How many times was that?
3.
Okay. Really?
Yep.
Okay. We'll count that as 10. I can do it.
We can't count, as you can tell.
Well, I can't count.
Right, I can count. It was 10.
Yes.
Good job.
Okay.
Good
yes.
on you.
Okay. Yes, it was
Good
10.
on
You
you.
all know that it was. You all know that it was 10. Okay. What's next?
Well, more Doctor Who stuff. Why don't we talk about his villains?
His villains. Well, I don't. I've only been watching the show since 2005, so I don't know many. I don't
So?
know his old villains.
That's, you know, the Daleks and the Cybermen.
Well, I know the Daleks. The Daleks are a race that have been at war with the Time Lords for basically all of eternity, by the way. They're basically invincible war machines. It was created by an evil genius called Davros. Or
And
Davros.
in case you've been, I don't know, surfing the web lately, I believe he's supposed to be coming back in season 8.
Seriously? I thought he
I
died
think
on Journey's End.
But they always bring him back. It
Well,
doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, I know,
It's science
but
fiction.
still, it was Journey's End, and they all blew up.
Well, they
Like,
bring
I
him
guess
back.
they blew up in the Time War too, but still.
They die multiple times. They
Well,
always
yeah,
come
I know they
back.
died multiple. The Doctor's died multiple times, but he has an excuse for coming back.
He's got an excuse.
Yes, his regenerative
I thought you were
energy.
dead. Nah, I got an excuse.
Yes, I got a note from my doctor. Which doctor?
Doctor Who?
There you go. Okay, yes, enemies. Davros and the Daleks are
One of the major.
one of the major enemies. Another major enemy would be the Master.
Actually, he's the arch enemy.
The arch enemy
The
would be
arch.
the Master.
That's right, people. The Daleks are not the arch enemy of
Yes,
the Doctor.
it's the Master, because the Master, like the Doctor, is a Time Lord that ran away from the Time Lords.
Slightly under different circumstances.
Yeah,
but
oh, I mean, well, he was a criminal, but, you know, the Doctor was just
yeah.
running away from the Time War, even though
Yeah.
he eventually blew them all up.
Basically,
Spoiler alert.
the Master is a psychopath, I guess,
Yes,
to put it in.
he's a psychopath.
relative terms.
His origin really was in Gallifrey, which was the home of the Time Lords and the world of the Time Lords. Every Time Lord child would approach the eye of the vortex of time, and either be inspired by the time vortex to basically be a Time Lord, or run, which in the Doctor's case is what he did. He eventually came back, obviously, but he ran when he was a kid.
Yeah.
And
Where the Doctor has a tenderness and a lovingness for humanity, the Master simply sees humanity as something that could be destroyed or made better.
yes, because when the Master approached the eye of the time vortex, he was not inspired, and he didn't run. He only heard the sound of drums. 4 drum beats, all constantly ticking in his head for eternity, always getting a slight bit louder each time, and with all his lives he's ran through, it's basically blaring in his head at the moment. And he's gone insane and thinks that the drums want him to take over everything. That's why he calls himself the Master.
Yeah. Basically, he's got an excuse for being nuts.
Exactly.
He doesn't want to be the way he is. He just turned out that way. Kind of like me.
Yes, kind of like both of us.
Kind of like both of us.
Kind of
yes.
like both of us.
Kind of
Anyways,
like both of us. But
yes, it was revealed later. Spoilers, by the way. If you didn't know, this has spoilers in it. This video has spoilers in it. If you didn't know that right now, go.
Spoilers?
Just leave. Just leave. Don't watch this.
not that they're watching it anyways.
Well, yeah, I'm not a popular YouTube channel yet.
Yeah,
Yet.
Alright, well, if we get up there.
Yes,
if you get up there.
Well, it's our effort.
Our
you know,
effort.
Our
yeah,
effort.
Our effort.
But anyways, it was later revealed that the drumming in the Master's head was put there by the Time Lords themselves because they knew they'd need to use him to get out of a trap that the Doctor put him in later in their time period in time.
It's all very confusing.
Yes, it's Doctor Who. It's all
It-
all up and down and up.
It
and
doesn't
down.
always make much sense.
No.
But it's still there.
Yes.
You know.
It's still there.
Still there, yeah.
It's still there.
Good stuff.
Okay, we covered Davros and the Master. Who else is there?
Cybermen?
Yes, the Cybermen.
Can't forget
They're
Cybermen.
well, I'm not 100% sure the origin, but it's always usually the same. Some genius wants to create
The perfect human.
the perfect being.
The human that can never die.
Yes, the being that can never die, and that is the Cybermen, which are basically, if you haven't figured it out, robots who are basically indestructible and can adapt to every kind of situation every weakness they come across.
Yeah.
For example, if they get electrocuted, they will no longer get electrocuted.
They're pretty cool.
Yes, and they're almost hard to stop.
I wish I could.
If you didn't have
really.
a sonic screwdriver and a companion
That could destroy them.
and a time machine, then you could destroy the Cybermen.
Yeah.
And don't forget the wit. The Doctor kills everything with wit.
And humor.
And humor. And tears.
Which is quite surprising considering some of the stuff he endures. But
yes,
I guess maybe if he can never die, you can just treat life as it's a joke.
Well, yes, but he has to suffer living because he's had all these companions that he's basically loved and treated as his own, when he's had to leave them behind because he would outlive them eventually, and he didn't want to do that because the Doctor doesn't like endings. Spoiler.
Because he can't end.
Or
can he?
Or, if you've watched the show recently, spoilers.
Yeah.
Reference to River Song. No one heard this from me. Okay, what else is there? We got the Master, Davros,
the
Daleks, and
the Mess. No, Cybermen.
Cybermen. Okay.
And I can't quite remember the Cyberman inventor's name, but I'm sure someone will know.
Yeah, well,
and
someone
never let us hear the end of it.
Yes, we'll get sued or something or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever they do on the internet.
Whatever they do, yeah.
Maybe YouTube will ban us.
It's pretty sketchy sometimes.
Pretty
sketchy stuff sometimes.
Besides that, Doctor's encountered. He's even encountered Satan once. You know that?
Yeah, I did.
It was when
the Satan pit.
Yeah, the Satan pit. When he even fought Satan, like that's good. That's good. Even though Rose was the one who killed him in the end, even though the girl was the one who killed him in the end. Don't underestimate women.
Which might say something about men and women, huh?
Yes, because don't underestimate women.
The only thing worse than hell, an angry woman.
Yes. Yeah.
But you didn't hear it from me.
Okay, well,
from me.
Any female viewers who are watching now, it's him who just made that comment, not me. Him.
You kind of, referenced it, though.
Well, I said Rose was the one who killed Satan.
Right, and then you made the comment about leave it to the girl.
Satan. She killed Satan's mind, not his body.
Well, can you really kill Satan's body, though?
No, not really. He's too big.
Well, there you go.
But anyways, yeah, those are the Doctor's enemies, mainly. Each encounters a lot more, but they're just not worth naming because we just don't remember their names.
And the reason we talked about them first, before his friends, is because they're so much more interesting.
And there's way too many friends to talk about.
There's way too many friends.
There's way too many friends to talk about. He's had over, 40 companions over the years?
Something like that,
yes,
I think.
He's had a lot of... But
okay.
most recently, from 2005, there's been Rose Tyler, Martha Jones, yes, the girl who walked the earth.
Yeah.
Donna Noble.
Donna Noble, yep, that's right.
After Donna, there was the Amy. Amy, right?
I think it was Amy.
Yeah, it's Amy and Rory.
Amy
and Rory Pond.
Pond.
Pond. Very British. Pond.
Yeah.
Yes. River Song, also known as Melody Pond.
Spoilers.
Yeah, clever. And then there was Clara,
yeah.
Clara.
And I can't quite remember her last name, but...
No, I can't remember the last name. The Impossible Girl.
The Impossible Girl, that's right.
Who jumped... Who jumped around the Doctor's time stream, and he couldn't figure out why. Because she just kept showing up in different places, and dying, and showing up again, and dying, and showing up again.
Yeah.
She even was the one who advised the Doctor to take his TARDIS. He's going to take one, but it had a bad navigation system, which she told him to take the other. Even though you can't fly the Type 40 TARDIS without 6 pilots.
No. He manages, though, but
He manages. Well,
not very well.
well, that's something we forgot to mention about the TARDIS.
Oh, yeah.
The Type 40,
By the way,
the Type 40 the TARDIS was was the TARDIS that the Doctor borrowed. He actually stole it. But it was basically a piece of museum. It was basically a museum piece that was stuck in its maintenance hole and left there to rot. So he said, "Why not take it?" And
which, in the middle of a war, it's understandable.
Well, actually, it wasn't a war when he left.
Well,
it was after he left.
It was going downhill.
Well, yeah, it was kind of going down. It was going downhill for centuries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is,
Yeah.
Which, if that happened today, I'd kind of be tempted to leave.
Yeah, but anyways, the Type 40 TARDIS officially takes 6 pilots to operate properly. Which is why the Doctor always shows up in the places he doesn't want to. Usually.
Although it surprisingly has a lot of effect on the story.
Exactly. Actually, there's a quote when the Doctor went to the edge of the universe, so the TARDIS eating monster, or the Time Lord killing monster, or something like that. And they basically fused the soul of the TARDIS to a woman's body. And a famous quote from the TARDIS, when she was actually in a human body, or we suspect it was human. We suspect it was a human body, was that she never always taken him where he wanted to go, but she took him where he needed to go.
Which, sums up.
Yeah, which is, convenient for the storyline.
Because, if I was operating a TARDIS, I think I'd just be going, to places that really have no effect on any life story in particular.
Yes. But there's one place you can't go in.
And where would that be?
If you were a Time Lord.
Where would that be?
To where you died.
Yeah, fixed point in time. Which is another point about Doctor Who. There are certain things he can't change or undo, or even go to, like you say.
There are 2 different types of time. Fixed points in time. And non-fixed points in time. Fixed points in time, it can't be changed, or it will cause a paradox that will basically destroy the universe.
Yeah.
Thus, like in the Big Bang 2.
Yeah, more or less. So, like, something as simple, well, not simple, but like an event such as World War II, for example, has to occur, or else something worse, far worse, will happen.
Or maybe something better wouldn't have happened later.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. These points in time.
Yeah. So, other events such as the Titanic, Pompeii, there's a bunch, really, that he can't do anything about.
But he could do something about the space Titanic.
Yes.
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 Non-fixed point in time.
Non-fixed point in time.
Which is why, well, I guess, that would be in the future, technically.
Well, it wasn't in the future.
No, what was the time period?
It was the Christmas of 2010, 2011?
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yes, when Nobus crashed into the Queen's Palace.
Oh, yes, that's right, I remember, yeah. Yeah, that was a good episode.
I like that.
I like that. The Ghost of Christmas Past. You remember that, right?
I remember that.
Yeah,
the Ghost.
Yeah.
That
was good. I liked that one.
Yeah. But, the Doctor has created a lot of rules that he's always broke. Like, I can't meet you this time and come back and meet you this time and tell you who I am. Because he did that with the Scrooge in Christmas, in It Goes to Christmas Past. He went back into that guy's timeline and changed his fuse.
Although, let's be honest, if he hadn't done that, it would have been a really crummy story.
Exactly.
Although...
The Doctor can break his rules as long as it's a good episode.
Yeah.
True story.
Leaving the fans happy. Because if the fans aren't happy, then the show kind of falls apart.
Yes.
And that misses the whole point.
Yes. Well, anyways, we're about to run out of time here. I'm putting a 20-minute max on this.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay. So we're about to run out of time here, so thanks for listening, and, we're not very
Listen again.
Listen again, and trying to comment on things that you think we missed, or that we don't know, or tell us we're idiots, or something. Give us comments. I need views.
Need feedback.
Yes.
Yeah.
20.
Let us know what losers
19,
we are.
18. 17. What? I'm not a loser. What are you talking about?
No, but we know that, but they don't know that.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know that.
We're not losers. We're cool. Because we're talking about Doctor Who.
Yes.
We're cool. We're not British. Okay,
See ya.
bye.